Alright, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. Vincenzo, episode 18. Spoiler alert, let's get it. So where we last left off, Wang shot Vin after Interpol crowded around the scene. But as soon as the leader crowded around Vin, he takes a gun from him and holds him as a hostage. Now you gotta be thinking to yourself, how the hell did he get up so fast, let alone survive? He goes inside a canister and then he kills the other 3 Interpol men. What? No, the other Interpol dudes were his guys. Then he shoots Wang in his arm. Now everything I just explained is a story that Wang told Myung, June, and his brother Sehun after arriving at the hospital. But what really happened was, when Wang called Vin the last episode to let him know about the Interpol, it was all a plan right from the get-go. He was in the locker room with him setting up the operation, and even had the device planted on him to stop his heart rate so when Interpol checked on him after he was shot. Now my only question is, with the amount of time that they had, how was he able to get his own Interpol guys from Italy this fast? Like, the fuck? Well, anyway, the situation was Vin's half-brother Paolo facilitated this shit. So he gave the Interpol's agents Paolo's bank statements and tax evasion and stuff. That was enough to make sure they stopped bothering Vin and make sure he could stay in the country. As far as Wang getting shot, he told Vin to do it to make it look like it was a struggle. And he did, but only in his arm. This guy's smarter than I give him credit for. Back at the spot, he stops in to see my guy. He gives him a free air balloon ticket. He said, just keep it in handy just in case you're in a situation where you can't fly a plane or something. Vin accepts his gracious offer. Now my niggas get back to Babel trying to shut him down for good. The former chief prosecutor gets this text video about them niggas being at Sehun's house. It's like, oh boy, blackmail. So they gather them all up in this one building. Seo's there working and she quote unquote accidentally plays the recording of the stuff. Sehun's in a bad way at this point. Niggas is cutting ties with him like crazy. They got more than enough evidence to go to court, and without their back-ends, Babel could damn near be pretty much done. But Vin is a guy that likes to relish the moment. He's gonna take his time with this shit. Back at the spot, the monks have been taking a lot of jobs lately. Kichi senses that they don't have a lot of money and they're probably going to close down the temple soon. So everybody wants to find a way to pitch in and help out. Meanwhile, Wang in front of the crew still acting like he tried to get at niggas, but you know he's putting on the front for them. And because of the paperwork Vin and Chai have on them with the companies and the video evidence, they could be damn near pretty much done. But Sehun's gonna ride this shit till the wheels fall off. Meanwhile, June sets up a meeting with Vin as Chai pays a visit to Mihan. Oh shit. And they're just one-on-one talking shit to each other. The meeting between Vin and June goes a little bit different. Especially when they try to corner Vin with niggas in the room. Vin's like, yo, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But he doesn't shoot him, he tells him to do something. What's that something? I'll explain later on. Meanwhile, Sehun can't sleep. He senses danger. And he was right. Niggas came in his house. They want beef. He fights him for a little bit, but then tries to escape. Which he ends up doing. He's thinking to himself, who's sending these niggas after me? He gets back to the house after pulling glass out of his foot. He thinks it's some of the police that cut ties with him that had something to do with this. Because pretty much he's starting to lose this war against Vin. Meanwhile, we get a scene where Cho is being chased by some niggas. They got the upper hand on him. Turns out they work for Mr. Kim, who knows a lot about everything. He wants Cho to find another way to get the gold or his family's gonna die. So with not much choice, he agrees. Back in the parking lot, Sehun's trying to get out the building, and then a black van pops up. Hey there, niggas, come back there again. You thought it was gonna stop after the first time? Sehun gets in the car and gets the hell up out of there. Yeah, man, they not fucking around with yous. Mihan gets the word about what's been going on with Sehun. He's been getting attacked twice. And then June gets the brilliant idea of sending Sehun to jail. He's like, just for a couple weeks, think about it. They can't touch him in there. So she somehow convinces Sehun, even though he hates the idea. And besides, he thinks he can get out whenever he wants, so he finally goes with the idea. So the police give him some goofy charge about tax evasion or something. Sehun tells Wang to open up the Babel Bio company, and Wang is like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna look like a fraud dummy company, and we don't want no backlash or slander. Sehun's looking at him like, oh, you really are getting too smart for your own good, huh? As he puts the cuffs on tighter on his own brother. Oh shit, he's finally starting to show his hand to his brother. He's like, you son of a bitch. But y'all don't even know the half of it yet. The police actually take Sehun into June's room first, and they want to make sure everything is situated before he goes off to jail. And he's like, one more thing, keep an eye on my brother while I'm in there. Meanwhile, his brother's chilling with Vin having casual convo. Chow helping out Mr. Kim and them niggas. So seeing how he doesn't have the iris scanner no more, he has to look at the people who actually made the technology for the chargers. This will probably take him a little while. While Sehun is officially in jail, he gets a visitor from Vin. There you go. Now he thinks the people that were chasing after him were people like he laundered money for, doing all this stuff to build the Babel company. But it turns out who was really chasing after him were the tenants. He's like, do you think they would just let you live for no reason after they saw you? And also, Vin put the idea in June's head to have Sehun go to jail. Everything that's been happening is part of Vincenzo's plan. So at this point, Sehun's like, why don't you just kill me already? Then he tells him this story about back in Italy, they used to call him the gatto. Basically, he's a cat waiting for his mouse to eventually fall into the cheese trap. And guess what, Sehun? You're the mouse in his little game. Then he tells this story about how he tortured somebody for 2 years and fed him some good food before killing him. In this situation, he wants him to watch Babel crumble while he's in jail before killing him. He's like, alright, but the bullshit charge I got, I can get out of here by tomorrow if I want. But then he pulls out a flash drive which has information that at least keeps Sehun in there for about a month. Yeah, man, he's been playing you the whole time. He is pissed the fuck off. Later on, he gets a visit from Myung. He's like, find a way to get me out of here as soon as you can. At the plaza, Vin's friend Luca comes from Italy to see him, but it's on business. Turns out his half-brother Paolo's out here killing niggas and causing ruckus. He killed off 2 very important people to him back in Italy. He's basically there to bring him back home to Italy and straighten out all this shit. Later on, he tries to make a call to Chow, who doesn't pick up the phone, and on top of that, has found 4 main subjects that made the charges. Oh shit, that's Seo. And of course they go look for her first because she actually lives in the building where the gold is. He can't reach Chow, but he's packing up his stuff getting ready for Italy. Chow's back at the house going through her notes, and Mr. Park sent her a photo of them kissing that day. Aww. He goes to feed his bird Inzumi, but for the first time he's not there. Could this be a sign? What does it mean? He says his goodbyes to everybody, like it's only gonna be a couple of weeks. Everybody's all crying and shit. The tenant's packing a bunch of food and stuff. I feel like they're definitely gonna miss him, but more so, they need him around. But I guess he feels like it's safe to go since Sehon's in jail right now. They get to the airport, and Cha sees him off. He is now literally on the plane at this point, right? Reading books about birds. Back at the house, Seho's doing her usual playing the piano. And then niggas come and grab her up. They bring her to the temple. You already know what's going down. Open the safe up, I'ma just flat out kill you. You already know what time it is. She gets it cracking, opens up the safe. They go down there. And what in all of the fuck? Who the hell moved the gold? How did anybody move the gold? Somebody did it, but how? They did it without using the chargers. They did it without the iris sensor. They did it without anybody else knowing. Who else could have got that safe open? Seo somehow manages to get away, don't ask me how. She runs down the hallway to Cha, and here come them niggas. Pretty much outnumbered, it ain't looking good. But then all of a sudden, here comes Vin out of nowhere. Then he tells Cha he already handled the business in Italy. How did he handle the business? What does he mean by that? Then he's like, you know what, you want the beef? Come get it. And that's episode 18 for you. Who the hell moved the gold? Slick DZ, you already know what it is, mister. Oh, big, could have got them slogan.